collection and welcome to a very exciting series on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, we are going to talk about NMAT 2021 mock questions, right? Questions which have come in previous year NMAT papers and questions which have repeated in fact multiple times in previous year papers. I call them the high frequency questions. And in episode 2 today of the NMAT 2021 Masterclass series, we are going to look at such high frequency questions. So if NMAT is one of the exams that you are appearing for, and if Nursing Mumbai is one of the dream colleges that you aspire to get into, then definitely this video is meant for you. Let's get started with today's session. So this is me, your educator on the platform with the highest live class ratings, thanks to my learners. A lot of batches are starting on Unacademy in the coming days. 1st of September, we have 2 batches starting, and then on another batch starting on the 4th of September. Now, if you wish to subscribe to any of these batches, remember you got to subscribe to the Unacademy Plus subscription. And to do so, if you want discount, use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live. You will get maximum discount on the subscription fee. Also, this is the only code, I repeat, only code which will give you free mentorship. And free mentorship from my side is all about going beyond the class hours to help you with any queries and any doubts that you might have at any point of time. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, let's pull up the first set of questions on the screen. Okay, first set of questions on the screen. These are from the Unacad, from the NMAT mock papers, right? Okay, let's check this. In a marriage party, 278 guests were present. 20 guests took Pepsi and Dew only, 23 took Dew and Sprite only, 21 Pepsi and Sprite only, and 9 took all the 3 cold drinks. It is also known that there were equal number of bottles of each of the 3 kinds. So, moment you read this, what do you understand? There are some guests which like 2 of the 3 items, Pepsi and Dew. Another few people who like Dew and Sprite. Some like Pepsi and Sprite, and there are people who are liking all the 3. If that is the case, you know what? This must be a caselet on Venn diagram. Why Venn diagram? Because there is some sort of overlapping involved, right? Let's try to draw a 3-set Venn diagram for the simple reason there are 3 variables here. So let's try to draw a 3-set Venn diagram. Okay. So you have got Pepsi, Dew, Pepsi, then you have got Sprite, and then you have got Dew. A total number of guests is 270. Correct? 20 guests took Pepsi and Dew only. 20 is Pepsi and Dew only. So this region would be 20. 23 took Dew and Sprite only. So this region would be 23. 21 took Pepsi and Sprite only. So this is 21. And 9 took all the cold drinks. This is 9. Correct? It is also known that there are equal number of bottles of each of the 3 kinds. Equal number of bottles of each of the 3 kinds. Okay. Now this I don't know. How many like only Pepsi? I'll keep it blank. How many like only guess or only Sprite? I'll keep it, let's say, Y. How many like only Dew? Let's say Z. Okay. So can I say, if you add up all the values which are inside the circle, if you add up all the values which are inside the circle, it has to add up to 270. So let's add up all the values. X plus 21 plus 9 plus 20 plus Y plus 23 plus Z. Here n is 0. Okay, n is 0. Okay, everyone likes something. Everyone likes something. Yeah, n is 0. So Z is equal to 270. So how much you are getting? X plus Y plus Z. Okay. So 21 plus 9 is 30. 30 plus 20 is 50. 50 plus 23 is 73. 278 minus 73 is 205. So can I say X plus Y plus Z must be 205. Let's call it equation number 1. Let's call it equation number 1. Fine? Okay. Now obviously there are 3 variables. So I would need some more equations to solve them. Right? I would need two more equations. So one equation I already have. If I can have another two, total three equations, three unknowns, I'll be able to solve it easily. Correct? Now let's have a look. It is also known that, what it is known? It is also known that there are equal number of bottles of each of the three kinds. Equal number of bottles of each of the three kinds. So can I say number of Pepsi bottles will be equal to number of Sprite bottles? Correct? What is the number of Pepsi bottles? X plus 21 plus 9 plus 20. Correct? First circle. First circle. Can you see the first circle? X plus 21 plus 9 plus 20 must be equal to the number of Sprite bottles, which is the second circle. Second circle is Y plus 21 plus 9 plus 20 plus 23. 21 plus 9 plus 23 plus 23. Correct? So 21 and 9 cancels out on both the sides. You can cancel it out. So can I say Y is equal to X minus 3? Y is equal to X minus 3. Let's call it equation 2. Let's call it equation. Fine, I need one more equation. If I can express Z also in terms of X, I'm done. If I can express Z also in terms of X, I'll be able to do it easily because then I can substitute both of them in equation 1. So also, can I say number of Pepsi bottles will be equal to number of Dew bottles? Correct? So again, Pepsi, you know, is the first circle. X plus 21 plus 20 plus 9 will be equal to number of Dew. Z plus 20 plus 9 plus 23. Z plus 20 plus 9 plus 23. So 20 and 9 will cancel out on both sides. So can I say Z is equal to X minus 2? Z is equal to X minus 2. That is equation 3 for me. That is equation 3 for me. Correct? So let's substitute equation 2 and 3 in 1. Let's substitute equation 2 and 3 in 1. So let's write down 1 again. X. What is Y from equation 2? Y is X minus 3. What is Z? Z is from equation 3. X minus 2 is equal to 205, or 3x is equal to 207. 2105, right? 210 implies x is equal to 70. So if x is 70, how much is y? How much is y? Y is x minus 3. So y will be 67 and z will be x minus 2. X minus 2 will be 60. That's your answer. That's your answer. I hope you got this. I hope you got this. Moment you get this, you can substitute it back. X is 70, y is 67 and z is 60. Z is 60. Correct? Now let's have a look. How many guests? Okay, let's look at the questions now. How many guests enjoy Dew or Sprite but not Pepsi? Dew or Sprite but not Pepsi. So can I say it means Dew, Sprite but not Pepsi? So let's try to find out which region are we talking about here. Which region? So you want Dew, you want the Dew water circle, but no, you don't want Pepsi. First of all, try to eliminate Pepsi. Try to eliminate Pepsi. Okay, so Pepsi circle, this circle, that colored circle is gone, not Pepsi. They are not saying Dew and Sprite. They are not saying and, they are saying or. So can I say if I exclude the colored portion, all the remaining part I have to take, all the remaining part I have to take. Will you agree with me? Think about it. If I exclude, right? If I exclude, correct? Exclude what? Exclude the colored part, all the remaining three numbers you have to take. What are the remaining three numbers? The remaining three numbers are 67 plus 23 plus 68 plus 68. So how much will you get? 18. Carry over 1, 12, 14, 15. 158. 158. Our answer is none of these. Answer is none of these. 158 is the answer. 158 is the answer, which is none of these. Next. So I hope you got that. I hope you got that, right? I hope you got that. So I just remove the shaded portion so that it is easy. Yes. Answer is 158. Next. How many guests enjoyed Pepsi and Dew but not Sprite? Again, not Sprite. You whatever is not, you got to remove that. You got to remove that. So you have removed this portion. You have removed not Sprite. So let's just go. Now they are saying Pepsi and Dew. Pepsi and Dew. So how many are Pepsi and Dew but not Sprite? But not Sprite. So can I say basically it is only Pepsi and Dew. It is only Pepsi and Dew, right? Which is the Pepsi and Dew part? It is the exactly two part. Exactly two part is which one? 20. Exactly two part is which one? Pepsi and. Remember the last one was all. This one is and. So you're looking at exactly two regions. Exactly two regions is 20 Pepsi and Dew, but not Sprite. Answer is none of these. Answer is none of these. I hope you got this. This is a beautiful caselet which has come in the NMAT, which had come in the previous year NMAT. Okay, let's take up the next one. Let's take up the next caselet. Okay, let's take up the next one. Fine. Another one from the previous year NMAT series. From the previous year NMAT series. Okay, let's read this together. Okay. Read the passage below and solve the questions based on the information in the passage. Okay. Ajay would do 5 tasks A, B, C, D, and E starting at 9 a.m. A is the first task and takes 2 hours. B can be done after A is complete and requires 1 hour. Work on C would take 1 hour, can start only after A and B are completed. Ajay can do task D along with B and C and would take 3 hours. Activity A with a duration of 1 hour can start upon completion of A, B, C, and D. I think it's a big paragraph. There is no point reading the entire paragraph and trying to reread it again and again. So what I will do, let's read one sentence at a time, right? Slowly, and then try to write that down. Try to write that down in a mathematical form. Let's start again. Ajay would do 5 tasks A to E starting at 9 a.m. A is the first task and takes 2 hours. Okay, let's try to draw a line. Okay, let's try to draw a line. A is the first task and takes 2 hours. So if A takes 2 hours, can I say A would get over? I'm just drawing a line saying that A would get over. So let's say the line is the origin. Let's say the line is the origin. So A would take 2 hours to complete. B can be done after A is complete and requires 1 hour. And requires 1 hour. So if that is the case, you know what? If that is the case, A would take 2 hours. So I'll just write 2 for A, 2 for A. What about B? What about B? B can be done after A is complete. So if B can be done after A is complete, can I say B can only start from the second hour? At the end of the second hour, B can only start at the end of the second hour, right? Or at the beginning of the third hour. So B can start at the end of the second hour and it would get over at the end of the third hour. End of the third hour. Correct? 2 to 3. Next, work on C, which would take 1 hour, can only start after A and B are completed. C takes 1 hour but can only start after A and B are completed. If that is the case, can I say C would start at the end of 3 hours? Why 3 hours? Because C starts only after A and B are getting completed. At the end of 2 hours, only A is getting completed. B is just started. So you can only start C when both A and B are completed, and that happens at the end of 3 hours. So at the end of 3 hours, C would start, and they say C would take 1 hour. C would take 1 hour. So can I say C would take from third hour to the fourth hour? End of the third hour to the end of the fourth hour. Correct? Next, D. Ajay can do task D along with B and C and would take 3 hours. Right? Ajay can do D along with B and C. So it can run parallel with B and C, right? So when can D start? Think about it. When can D start? D can run parallel with B and C, and B is starting at the end of 2 hours. So D can also start at the end of 2 hours. Parallel it can go at the end of 2 hours and would take 3 hours. So can I say if it takes 3 hours, if it is taking 3 hours, end of the second hour to the end of the fifth hour. End of the fifth hour, right? End of second hour. So basically third hour, fourth hour, fifth hour. So second to fifth. Second to fifth is when end of the second hour and it would get over at the end of the fifth hour. This is when D would get complete. Next, E. E. When is E getting completed? When is E getting completed? Activity E with duration of 1 hour can start upon completion of A, B, C and D. D takes 1 hour, E takes 1 hour and can only start once A, B, C and D, all of them are completed. Remember A, B, C and D, they get completed at the end of the fifth hour. Why fifth? Because before that D is not completed. Before the fifth hour, D is not completed, and hence you cannot start E before D. So at the end of the fifth hour, all the four are completed. Hence E can now be started. So it takes 1 hour from now. 1 hour from now would mean 5 to 6. 5 to 6. That is it. That is it. Remember, your start time was 9 a.m. Your start time was 9 a.m. So don't forget that. That was mentioned in the question. Start time was 9 a.m. Fine. Let's get started. Let's look at the questions. What is the earliest time Ajay could complete task C? Task C gets completed at the end of 4 hours. At the end of 4 hours. So remember 9 a.m. it starts. At the end of 4 hours, task C is completed. So 9 plus 4, 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Right? So answer for the first one is 1. Next, if Ajay takes 2 hours for bed and completes other preceding tasks without delay, then when can he start E? Remember, now this time they say B is taking 2 hours. If B is taking 2 hours, so instead of 2 to 3, it would be 2 to 4. It would be 2 to 4. Remember, 2 to 4. Fine? 2 to 4. Yes. And they say when can task E start? Task E start. Okay. So remember the green lines. So this time B. This time B is instead of 2 to 3, it is 2 to 4. What about C? C takes 1 hour, can start only after A and B are completed. C takes 1 hour and can only start after A and B are completed. So now A and B are getting completed at the end of the 4th hour. End of the 4th hour. Remember? So C will also get pushed by 1 hour. So instead of 3 to 4, C will now be 4 to 5. What about D? Activity Ajay can do D along with B and C. So it parallel B and C and would take 3 hours. Parallel with B and C. So D will get started, right? It takes 3 hours parallel with B and C. So remember B is starting at 2 hours. B is starting at 2 hours, right? B is starting at 2 hours. So D can also start at 2 hours. Why? Because it runs parallel to B. It runs parallel to B. And D takes 3 hours. So 2 to 5. 2 to 5. Correct? D would be 2 to 5. Fine? Why 2 to 5? Because it runs parallel with B and B is getting started at the end of 2 hours. What about D? What about activity E? E starts when A, B and C, D, A, B, C, D all are completed. All are completed. So think about it. All A, B, C, D are getting completed at the end of at the end of the 5th hour. At the end of the 5th hour, so E would start at the end of the 5th hour. It takes 1 hour. So E, there is no change. It will be 5 to 6 only. It will be 5 to 6. So when can he start task E? Task E, he can start at the end of the 5th hour. That is the answer. Remember 9 a.m. plus 5 hours. 9 a.m. plus 5 hours. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Answer is 2 p.m. Answer is 2 p.m. I hope you got it. So remember the green lines. I'm going to rub them because they were meant only for this particular question. So original figure will remain untouched. Remember the green lines. I'll just rub it off. Fine. I hope you are following, and there is no doubt. And there is no doubt up till now. There is no doubt up till now. Correct? Okay. Let's continue the discussions. Let's continue the discussions. Fine. Okay. I'll just rub this portion so that there is space to write. What is the earliest time Ajay could complete all tasks? What is the earliest time Ajay could complete all tasks? Remember, all tasks are getting completed at the end of 6 hours. 6 hours. So 9 a.m. plus 6 hours, answer is 3 p.m. Answer is 3 p.m. And the last one. If Ajay were to start task D after the completion of task C, so D is starting after the completion of C. Remember? So D gets started only at the end of the 4th hour. Only at the end of the 4th hour. Correct? How much time does D takes? D takes 3 hours. 3 hours. So can I say 4 plus 3 starts only after C is getting completed? It takes 3 hours. So basically 4 to 7. 4 to 7. At the end of 4th hour, to the end of the 7th hour. And what about E? E only starts after all of A, B, C and D are completed. After all of A, B, C and D are completed. So can I say A, B, C and D are getting completed at the end of the 7th hour. At the end of the 7th hour, because of which E will start now. E will start now. So 7 and it takes 1 hour. So 7th hour to 8 hours. 7 hour to 8 hours. Correct? And they say, okay, sorry, there's one more thing they say. After the completion of D, right, Ajay takes a break for an hour. Break for an hour. So it will not start at the end of 7 hours. It is taking a break. Ajay is taking a break. So instead of 7 hours, it will start at the end of 8 hours and will continue till the 9th hour. Why? 7 to 8, there is a break. So when is the task, all the tasks getting completed? At the end of 9 hours. At the end of 9 hours, remember 9 a.m. was the start time. So it takes another 9 hours. So 9 a.m. plus 9 hours would be 6 p.m. Would be 6 p.m. That's the answer. That's your answer. Got it? It's a pretty easy one. You can solve and get 4 questions correct if you know the logic and how to do such sequencing based LR cases. Okay. That is it. Remember, today, the 2nd of September, we are starting a new course on Unacademy Plus. A new course starts today on Unacademy Plus. A complete practice course on Quants, all chapters. Complete practice course on Quants, all chapters. It starts from 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Every chapter in Quants we are going to revise in this last 30 days. We are going to solve mock questions, previous year questions, chapter wise. When I say chapter wise, in a class, every chapter will be covered in this mix based practice course. Mock questions, previous year questions, and I think this is the ultimate revision you can have before your CAT. It starts tonight. And then on Saturday, the 4th of September, we are starting with a practice course on LRDI. Practice course is going to be a weekend batch. So Monday to Friday, it will be Quants, and Saturday, Sunday, it will be LRDA. Remember, all of this you can access only and only if you subscribe to Unacademy Plus using my code Parikshat Live. Remember, this code Parikshat Live is the magic code which will give you discounts, the maximum possible discount possible, okay? And secondly, this is the only and only code available which will give you free mentorship from my side. Yes, you heard it correct. Free mentorship. Remember, in the class, any point of time you have queries and doubts, I'm going to help you out. But beyond the class hours, if you have any queries, let's say while practicing from mock papers, while practicing from book, and if you have joined Unacademy Plus using my code Parikshat Live, you also get free mentorship. And apart from the live classes, the best part is I also give you 270 hours of practice materials with video solutions. 270 hours of practice materials with video solutions are available. So this is practice material. Now this again is available in addition to the live class, but this is only available. This video solution with the practice material is only available for those of you who join Plus. That is it. That is it for today. Remember the Plus subscription prices, right? You see the prices here for 6 months. If you are a CAT 2021 aspirant, you can go for a 6-month subscription. Remember, the journey doesn't get over only with the CAT. After the CAT, your GDPI starts, your IIFT exam, ZAT exam, Maharashtra CET, SNAP exam, all of it is available, and that is why a 6-month subscription is best for all those of you who are targeting the CAT and the OMAS 2021. Whatever price you see on the screen, that is already a discounted price, but on top of it, if you want more discounts, you use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshat Live. You will get more discounts than the prices written on the screen. High time you subscribe, because remember, CAT is just a few days away now. And the iconic subscription. So those of you who want to go for the iconic subscription, again, whatever prices you see are discounted prices, and you can get more discounts if you use the code Parikshat Live, which is there on the screen. And yes, price hikes are happening soon. The 16th of September onward, prices are going up by 10%. So if you want to lock in the current price, the lower prices with the discounts, this is the time. After that, there will be a price hike, and remember, it will be beneficial for you. So you're going to enjoy a lot of classes, a lot of notes, and a lot of mock exams. All of it is available on Unacademy Plus. And yeah, the MBA 2021 test marathon is also available. do enroll using my code Pariksha Live. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I'm going to see you in my next class.